Hello everyone, it's Tekla. I'm dancer and teacher of Argentine Tango since 2015. I'm very excited to be here today, and I want to share with you some important tools about balance and stability in dancing. So if you don't have with you, please put your high heels on and let's get started. When I talk about the balance and stability in dancing, I always talk about the importance of the base. Okay, so let's think like this part of your body is your center. And this is something that helps you to stay stable while you are standing and to have a very comfortable feeling in your body while movement, okay? So first thing I wanna share with you is the positioning of your base, of your hips, okay? Important is to have it in the line of your body because this is the only way you're having your vertical axis that you can control. The moment, it's a very common mistake in followers, when we are trying to push our hips behind, they are basically outside the body line, so it's very hard to control the movement. So, what I would like to offer you is a very simple exercise. It's just the step to the side and collection. Then again, step to the side and collection. Now, what we have to pay attention here is the hips in the side of my free leg. So I'm not trying to lift my hips while going to the side step. The opposite, I'm trying to drop my hips down, so it will help me to easily move and switch the weight, okay? So in this moment, I'm trying to feel like my free leg really wants to go on the floor. It's like kind of laying on the floor while my hips are down. So switching the weight is very easy for the body. Now, one more detail. The moment when we are trying to keep our hips in the line of the body, sometimes it's understood like it has to be really forward. That is also a mistake, right? Don't try to contract your center. The opposite, it has to be relaxed in order to make you feel that the move you are doing, it's as natural as possible. This is exactly the idea of social dancing, right? It has to be very close to the natural movement of the body. So now we will make this exercise a little bit more difficult. So we will go to the side step, we will collect, and then we will test ourselves if we are really standing in one leg. Something that can help us here is again the hips. So when I go in the step, the only case I can think that my step is complete is when my hip arrives exactly over my standing leg. Then my free leg is automatically free, so I can do whatever, okay? So again, free leg, switching the weight, feel that your hips arrive exactly over your standing leg, collect, and lift your leg up. I will show you from here as well. Free leg, drop your hips down, switch the weight and feel that your hips arrived exactly over your standing leg, collect, and lift your leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next detail that is very important is what is happening really with our feet. In which part of the feet we are standing to feel comfortable. So I like to use my whole feet, okay? So if we are trying to be just in the balls of the feet, it's not going to be enough for me to really feel very stable and at the same time relaxed. But also if I'm going too much on my heel, you will always feel that my body is falling back. So what I want you to think about is the arch. I want you to feel like you are standing on your arch, okay? Meantime, try to free up your toes. Don't try to contract them on the floor, but the opposite. Really try to give them freedom and this space on the floor. This will help you to really feel that you are standing on the balls of the feet, but at the same time you are feeling your arch, and there is a little bit of weight on my heel as well, okay? So now we're gonna do the same exercise we began with, but we will add one more detail. So here, I switch the weight, I collect it, I'm lifting my leg, and try to stay here a little bit and feel your feet of standing leg. And again, the side step, collection, lift your free leg, and feel where you are standing with your free leg. Feel if you can really feel all the foot on the floor. So let me show you from here as well, and pay attention to the feet. I'm not there standing, completely freeing up my heel, and I'm not too much on my heel. I may fall back. I'm really feeling all my feet on the floor, and I'm keeping this feeling even when another leg is in the air, okay? Like this, what you can feel is release knees. My knees won't be anymore overstretched or the opposite, like really bended. Because when that happens with the knee, it means that knee is actually compensating something. In this case, I'm just relaxed, staying, and I can move my feet, move my leg, also relaxed, but at the same time, my knees are released and they are always ready for any kind of changes. Now, what happens in the upper body? I'm sure you have heard many times that your upper body has to be up with the energy while your lower body is down. The only thing I want you to think about is the partner that is in front of you. In order to connect with another body in front of us, we cannot have the energy down with our chest, right? Like this, we're gonna be really heavy for the partner. But also, if our energy is somewhere there, it can be perfect for my body, for the balance, but there won't be connection with another person in front of me. So idea is, imagine if the shoulders of your partner is somewhere here, my energy goes a little bit up than that. So I'm pointing my upper body in this direction while I'm respecting everything we already talked about the hips, about feet, and about the knees, okay? So don't really think about this change, since we are not dancing solo dance, we are dancing couple dance, but think about this idea, that I really wanna point my upper body there, while I'm still feeling I'm standing on my arch and on my heels. And of course, without having my hips behind my body, but exactly in the line of my body. So to understand this idea better, let's do one more exercise. It will be very simple. We will need to do 1 step forward, side, 2 steps back. 1, 2, and to the side again. And then we start. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I want you to pay attention here is the energy of your upper body that never stops being forward, okay? I will show you from the side, the same exercise. When I go forward, of course, my upper body, my intention is always forward. When I go to the side, I keep my intention forward. And most importantly, when I go back, my intention of the upper body stays forward. This is the only way I can keep being connected with my partner while I'm moving on the space, even back, okay? So let's do one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and pay attention to my upper body. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In case it's hard to have balance while doing this exercise, I can offer you to use this kind of positioning of the hand, because like this we are already creating certain energy in front of our body, okay? Here. But when this one gets comfortable, my advice to you is to feel exactly the same without your hands. Basically, it does not matter where your hands are, because the energy, the balance I'm creating from my body is happening really in the center of my body, not outside my body. So the more you are used to do any kind of move without helping your hand, the more you are actually working with your body, not with some external energy, for instance, with the hands, right? So at first with hands, when it's getting more comfortable, just try to do without. One more detail I want to share with you about the last exercise we did, right? Because here we are having a forward step, we are having a side and back step. So it's perfect to master our walk at the same time. So what I want you to feel, as I said before, when you step, does not matter in which direction you step, feel that your hips arrived exactly over your standing leg. This is the only way you can free up your free leg, okay? So if you will see I'm doing this, now my step is not complete and I don't have a balance. It's very hard to always dance with this idea, okay? So what I'm always trying is think about that the most important is this part of the body. This is exactly what moves your body. So think like you want to shift your hips on the space. Like this, you will understand that walk is much simple and more comfortable for the body, okay? So, important, when we walk, always feel your hips arrived only after you continue thinking of the next step. And the second detail, when you want to collect and continue moving, I'm advising you to not to collect this way, but try to collect on the floor with your heel down, okay? The same here, with your heel down. And after that you can continue. The same when I'm going back. While collecting, try to feel your heel down. Your heel down. This will help you to have more balance and the feeling of relaxation in the body, okay? Here, I will show you from here. When I'm collecting up, I have lots of chance that I'm lifting my hips as well. So in order to keep my hips in good position, my heel will help me too. So always drop your heels down. So we will have 1, 2, and then the side step. The same story about the side step. When I go to the side step, don't try to keep your heel up. You see, it's so much stress for the body. Always relax your heel, keep it close to the floor, and it will make it easier for your body to change the weight, okay? And the last detail about the back step, when I'm going in the back step, from the beginning, when I start moving my free leg, I'm not trying to bend my knee in order to go back. I'm directly moving my free leg from the hips, you see? My hips are close to the floor and they're slowly finding their way in the air. When I change the weight and my hips arrives there, I will always keep my heels close to the floor. Let me show you one more time the exercise. Forward, forward, side, back, back, side. First, think about your hips, that they are always exactly over on top of your legs, okay? And think that collection must happen very close to the floor, okay? Your heel has to be close to the floor. This will make the whole process much more simple and natural for the body. So the best exercise is always to practice and try these things by yourself. And believe me, if you can't do it alone, it will be much more simple to do it with the partner. So practicing alone is a game changer, always. I believe that. So I want you to just try different stuff without any structure. Like, for example, you can go forward, you can change the direction, you can change the weight and go back. Maybe you do something with turn, but always think about two things. First, if your hips is something that makes you move, right? If the hips really arrive on the spot where your step finishes, and if you are trying to keep yourself on the floor during the movement, okay? Because at the end of the movement, obviously, I'm on the floor, but if I'm losing connection with the floor in between, my movement won't have the same flow. So always try to keep yourself on the floor, always, always, and think about your hips, right? I hope this information was helpful for you. In case you are having any question, you can always comment on the video, so I will be always there for you to answer any kind of question you may have about this topic or maybe about anything else. Thank you so much for being here with me. Hope to see you. Abrazo!